What's up, people? I'm Xogue with episode 7 of Mod Sauce. Something's missing. Wait. What's going on? What's happening? I wonder what happened to soul shards. If you take a look, I now have soul shards the old ways instead of the regular version. Now, don't worry, the old style is still in place as far as being able to spawn mobs in this fashion. The reason they disappeared is because they were actually from a different mod, technically speaking, so they disappeared when the mod disappeared. But I brought in the new version. Soul shards the old ways. Now this mod, I recently did a mod spotlight on it, and it is really cool. I really want the sword, by the way. This sword just looks amazing. But yeah, this is just something I really want to play with. So we got to get started on this so that I can get the stuff back. Now, I did already work up a soul shard of Enderman and a soul shard of Wither Skeletons. Those I am going to bring back in, but seeing as the cage is actually made differently, I'm going to remake both of the cages. But I am going to cheat in the Unbound Soul Shards for those two entities. So once the cages are made, I can go ahead and repower it and just put those shards back in and everything will work the same. But we need to get started on crafting these new soul cages. And that is what we're going to do today. We're going to play with the new soul shard stuff. Did I just get a trophy? Totally just got a trophy. You know what? I have a lot of these, so we're just going to put you right there. Oh. Zombie noises. So scary. I'm scared. Okay, so as of right now, the recipe is some soul sand, which I have 4 of. Fantastic. I need to go get some soul sand. So considering that's pretty easy and it's not hard to find in the nether, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Soul sand? There we go. So I now have over 1,000 soul sand. I've already gotten a bunch of vile dust, which is needed for this mod. But I do need to say that the spotlight that I did, if you saw that at all, it's missing one thing. The recipe for this may actually change. As it stands, you can put soul sand into the crafting grid to get vile dust. Or, if you do not have Natura installed, you can smelt soul sand to get the vile dust. But, in the future, I believe it's going to include mixing glowstone dust and soul sand to get the vile dust. And then you are going to smelt the vile dust to get the corrupted essence. This stuff right here. But as it stands right now, you smelt and or craft soul sand to get the vile dust, and then you mix them together to get a bunch of corrupted essence. Essence of corruption. Slightly more corrupt than a politician. That's good stuff. Alright, cool. So, now I have the corrupted essence. So what's next? The soul forge. Give me some cobble. So then you take your cobble and you send it all the way up and around. I don't need you to. Just like that. Grab your obsidian, something like this, and throw 1 corrupted essence right in the middle of it, and that will give you your soul forge. Forge of souls. It's like a normal forge, but for souls. Alright, so let's see. We just need to put this somewhere, and it does not require power. It's just like a normal furnace. It doesn't need anything other than itself. Look at that skull. So then these become the fuel source for that. Now, I don't think I actually have enough corrupted essence. I think it actually uses quite a bit. But I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see. So I don't believe I need any soul shards. I did make plenty of those. Oh, that's right. They get removed, don't they? Ooh. All right. Well, let me get some diamond. Let me get a few more soul shards. Let me get 1 diamond gives you 3, so let me get 6 of them. Pop you guys in there for now. Now this process takes a fairly long time. I think it's something like 3 minutes in my version. I did change the config file, I believe. Well, rather, I think I copied it over from my other world where I was testing this thing out. But it should be good. Either way, I'll have some soul shards pretty soon. Soon enough. So what I need, basically, I want the sword and the soul cage. But you see, they require the soulium ingots. So how do I get those? Well, there's actually a couple different ways you can get them. By default, you can smelt an iron ingot, and you can get 8 nuggets, which isn't quite enough for 1 ingot. So by smelting this, you actually get just a little bit less than what you need for the whole thing. Or, since I know I'm already going to need a bunch, I can just say, that's okay, and just get an iron block. I can go ahead and smelt the straight iron block and get all that I'm going to need for a while. But since this guy actually takes a little while, I don't need those yet. Let me go ahead and get the things. Ooh. I wonder if that's going to continue how I think it will. Interesting. Developers. I like it. I'm glad it happened, but I don't think that's supposed to happen. Anyway. So now all I got to do is wait on those, and once they're done, let me down, man. Once they're done, I will show you what I got, how to proceed after it's finished. All right, so let's see what we have. 7 ingots, 7 soulium ingots. That's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and toss those back in there, and now we can craft a couple other things. So I need, first, I want this sword. I really, really want this sword. This sword just looks awesome. Whoa. Yoo-hoo! Soul sword. And I'm going to enchant that bad boy. It's going to be more powerful, still have the unbreaking and looting and sharpness, but it's also going to have... There's a spider up there. Didn't this have... Interesting. It must have taken off the soul stealer too. Didn't that have soul stealer on it? I'm going to take a look at that. Anyway, the other thing that I need is some iron bars, but I'm just going to use, let's see, soul cage. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, looks like I need one more. I forgot that I needed 2 of them. So I'm basically just going to do the exact same thing and get a second one real quick, and I will be back in just a second. On second thought, while I'm waiting, let's go ahead and enchant this guy. So I'm going to stick this in here. I know I want sharpness. That costs 8. I know I want looting. And I'm avoiding things like fire aspect or any other kind of elemental damage. Unbreaking as well. Because... Ooh, it's going to require 32 levels. Crap. Because the Endermen actually teleport away instantly if there is any kind of elemental damage on it. So let's get sharpness back, looting back, unbreaking, and soul stealer. See, all 4 of those enchants is only going to cost me 32 levels, which I think is pretty decent for modded. Let's just give me a few more levels. I didn't mean to deposit them. Wow. If you're on that block at all, it just deposits them for you. Anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. I may end up getting some new gear and just kind of enchanting it. But at the moment, I'm not incredibly worried about it. Although it is about to break. Maybe I should. How many diamonds do I have? I don't think I have any steel, which is what I want. Not enough. Dark steel I'd like to get. How do I make dark steel? Obsidian, iron, and pulverized coal. You know what? I can get some of that. So let's go ahead and start cooking some of this up while we're waiting for that other block to finish as well. Just give me all of you coal. Sure. And iron. Gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw you guys. That's not what I need. You, and you. Should start cooking, and it is. That's the max upgrade right there, but it's already going pretty slow. So we're going to see, Yep, 1 dark steel automatically being deposited, so we should be good. And this is now done. So we can go ahead and make our other cage. So this was 1 here, 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 and here. Now I have exactly 4 left, which is really cool. Iron bars, I have plenty of. So now I have 2 of my soul cages. I have enough for another one, which is very cool. I've already got my good sword, so I can put you away. String can go away, cobble can go away. And diamonds can start cooking. Again. Alright, so now all that's really left... Actually, let me do this the way I want to do it. Do I have any sticky pistons? No? Seriously? That kind of sucks. Okay, so sticky piston. Do I have any regular pistons? I have 1, 2 regular pistons, enough for more, so that's good. Then I need a piece of redstone. The idea behind what I want to do... Why am I doing this? I need it in here. Redstone. The idea behind what I want to do is basically I want to keep everything with the spawners level. On like straight up above it. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I don't obstruct any parts of the sides. So none of the spawning spaces are removed. So after that I need actually more redstone for a couple blocks. So let me have you. That should be what I need. Wow. Really, dude? Goodbye. Super strong sword. I think 1625 damage. That is what I'm talking about. Alright. I think this thing is going to hold me over until I get the imbued sword. Definitely something pretty cool. And you saw how easy that was to get. It might have taken a bit of time, but it really isn't that hard. And this is a really good sword for, you know, how long it takes. I think it fits perfectly within the tier system that it kind of exists within. But let's go ahead, plop you there. Put some redstone down. I think this might not actually... I think it might need to be higher. Yep, that'll need to be higher. Alright, no problem. Let's just go ahead. Alright, just like that. Grab you. Go like this. And I think there's going to be one here. Then we have the wireless receiver set to 1. Let's go ahead and put a piece of redstone there. I'm going to have the sticky piston there. Block of redstone. Nope. Not there either. Man, it's got to go up even higher. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, maybe it doesn't. Sort of, kind of doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Just like that. I think this will work. Nope, doesn't work. But I can do that. That should work. So theory says that once that receives power, this should turn on as soon as I put a shard into it, because the piston will push the block down over top of this redstone, giving it power and then powering the soul cage. So that should work just fine. What I need to do with this one is number 2, is I need it to be raised 1. Something like this. Nope. Not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. You're number 2. Give me a block right in front of it. You and you go away. Oop. Nope. Soul cage here. Piece of redstone right on top. And then we have the sticky piston and redstone block. Just like that. So now all I need is the soul shards to go inside of these cages, and I will be good to go. Alright, so now as you see, I do have the soul shards already inside. It is tier 5. Everything looks good to go. All I need to do now is just go up and test them out. So let's go back to base. And these stairs are horrible. I need to make a portal down here. That's what I need to do. But then that requires me to find an area in my base where I want to make a whole bunch of portals, because I'm also going to make one to the mining dimension and the nether and the twilight and all these other places that I've yet to go. But Enderman? Oh, there's the Enderman. Wither skeletons? Oh man. That's a little worrying. You guys worked. Are you done? You're done. Okay, so one of them worked, one of them didn't. We got to go check that out. So I believe I have it worked out. The problem was that I didn't put back the chunk loader. So both of these should now work. Yay! Alright, cool. Now I've got all of my things working and functional. Things are back to the way they were, at least. Stop giving me things. I don't want the things. Put them all back away. So much stuff dropped by these guys. Ooh, a bow. Unbreaking 2. Alright, so you guys can go away. Cool. Done deal. Next project. Alright, so my diamond's finished cooking, and now what I want to do is I want to get one more soul shard up and running, and those are the blaze. So the idea behind getting some blaze is that I don't really want to go through and do the nether like I did before. I went through and did, I killed plenty of blaze when I was looking for wither skeletons, and if I was smart enough, I would have brought an extra soul shard and got them both at the same time. But considering that I wasn't, go away, man. Go away. Okay. Ah, man. Okay, cool. But since I wasn't, we're going to do this a little bit better than that. We're going to go through and we're going to collect up a bunch of these spawners, and we're just going to bring them back to our little spawn room that we have set up. So at least we get a couple uses out of it. So I know there's one on this side. I know there's a couple on the other side. Hi there. Not yet. Next. I don't know if there's another one over here or not. It does not appear that there is, unless it's further down somewhere I haven't been yet. So now we got to go to the other side. Blaze trying to shoot me with stuff. Nope. Sink down. Goodbye. See you next time. Oh, are all of these... Wow, how did that... What? Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. I'm glad it does that. I thought it was going to bind all of them, because I didn't even think about it. Whew. Well, now I have one to skeleton and one to blaze, so that's cool. Might as well stick that on the hotbar, so if I have to kill any more, I'm good to go. So, the other one should be over in this general direction. I believe it's over here around the corner. I think. There it is. At least it looks like that's where it is. I'm pretty sure there's only two. I only brought 2 of these matter transporters, so I kind of hope that's, the case. Nope. Nope. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, so I already have 18 kills, and I have 2 spawners. Ooh. 2 spawners should be plenty enough to give me a somewhat constant rate of spawn from, in my little spawn area. So all I have to do is just stand there and kill them in safety. Don't really have to do anything but stand there and kill them. So once I'm a little closer to, getting this thing filled up, I'll bring it back. Okay, so in theory, if this mod uses the same mechanics as far as soul shards and soul cages go, I should be able to absorb those original spawners and get a boost to the soul shard. But we're going to see if the number is still the same. I'm pretty sure you still can, but I don't know if it's the same number. So right now I'm at 708. 772. Yeah, see, it changed quite a bit. I'm not sure if I like that. I think it should be the original number. As long as it is the same type of mob, it should give the 200, in my opinion. But, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, back to the grind. Okay, so if you do the math, between 708 and 772, you get 64. That's how many souls you get by absorbing a vanilla spawner into a soul shard. So if you only have one spawner, you want to make sure you get to at least 960. 40 to get to the 1,000, and then the other 24 to get to 1024. As long as you have over that, absorbing one spawner will get you the rest of the way. Just like that. And this is what a full soul shard looks like in this texture pack, basically. I am using a texture pack. It's not necessarily custom. The textures for soul shards the old ways is made by the same group of people, and I just added it to the modded version of Faithful, which is what I use normally. Zombies. So, yeah. Now I have a Blaze. I wonder where he's going to go. So I made a few changes to the setup. Got item frames marking out the items that each of the mobs drop. And as you see, they are spaced out. And that is because these portals right here are a little bit problematic. You can't place them right beside each other. If any portal frames from two separate portals are touching, then that portal will think it is one portal. The game will think it's one portal, and it won't allow two controllers. It'll cause a whole lot of problems. So you have to put at least a 1 block space in between the portals. And I did know this, but when I set up the first two, the Enderman and the Wither Skeletons, this side didn't seem to matter. So my theory was that as long as they were activated from the other side, meaning down in my little mining cave thing, then it wouldn't cause any issues. Well, that seemed to have changed. I couldn't get these guys to activate separately. One of the portals down in the mine was leading to both of these. So it was a problem. So I tore out the whole thing, I reconfigured it all, and I added the Blaze. But honestly, I like how this looks a lot better. So much better. So now when I add more chambers onto this thing, they're actually going to go on this side, and it's just going to be a dual-sided hallway with a whole bunch of mob drops. Eventually, I'm going to have more mobs in here being killed, including cows and sheep and stuff like that to get me more wool. Sheep actually might be pretty soon. Maybe cows too, I'm not sure. But I do have enough chicken to last me for a while. Although food doesn't last all that long. And the noise muffler block is actually right behind this one, right in the middle as of right now. I may have to make more because obviously it probably doesn't have a huge range, so as soon as I get too many and I start to hear the mobs again, I'll end up making another one, space it out a little bit. You get the idea. And that's pretty much where we're at. Now, whoa, let me up. It's nighttime. Let's go to sleep. And my monopole. Told you about that one already. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Alright. So, now that the zombie's burning to death, and he almost set me on fire twice, that's going to be about the end of this episode. In the next one, we're actually going to be working on blood magic. And I already have a preliminary design. It might change, but as of right now, I'm thinking of bringing it out here and making a courtyard style thing. It's still going to be underground and protected, but it's actually going to be open on top. This is going to be one of those open styles, mainly because the blood altar is actually really tall. So I don't know if I'm going to drop it down a few levels in order to make it so it can have a roof, or if I'm just going to leave it open. I'm going to play with a few designs and see what I like the best. But in the next episode, we're going to start working on blood magic. Because, well, my armor is breaking. Even these glasses. Granted, the glasses don't really provide any armor, but I would... Go away, man. I will inevitably have to make more glasses for future portals. Why is my magnet not on? There we go. But, as it stands, I do have some pretty awesome mob spawners in my base, activated at my whim, which is really cool. I really like how that turned out. It's just really cool. Look, man, I'm a funky king. That's pretty cool. And I've said cool like 800 times in those last 4 sentences. Anyway, If you liked the episode, click that like button. You want to see more? Subscribe. Comment, favorite, share. Do what you want. Do what you do. And thanks so much for watching.